Boom! Rudy's at the disco.
Man, I got a disco light going on today. What's going on, my friend?
Hey, I love it. I love, you know what? That's the best part of New York. You never know what's going to be taking place in Manhattan and in the streets. And they knew that you were a celebrity, and now you've got the
I
disco
know.
lights to prove it.
Let me just get this right on.
That is so awesome, my friend. I mean, we got a great topic today, an absolute great topic to talk about.
I
And
mean, this is I am super excited. I'm
me
super
too, man.
excited about what we're going to talk about today, man. Because, man, first of all, I just want to say, thank you for jumping on with me again today because we had a great, we had a conversation this morning and that was amazing.
It was, absolutely it was.
And it was amazing. I was just like, okay, you know what? There are a couple of things that are going on in our lives,
Right.
Being part of a business is different.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us, and this doesn't just apply to somebody who is in business.
Right.
It actually applies to somebody, like anybody.
Anybody.
Like anyone listening to us right now, but
Right.
anyone who is living, because this is about life,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
I mean, this is just about life.
Unstuck from life. You've got to get unstuck.
Right, right. So, I mean, I was listening to this podcast last night after the gym. I was listening to it. I was like, wow. I mean, it got me. I was thinking about it. I said, this is something very, very interesting
Mm-hmm.
because there are a lot of things that go on in our lives, and sometimes we're able to identify them, and most of the time we're not.
Right. Right.
And as soon as you're not able to identify what's going on in your life,
Mm-hmm.
you can't really. I mean, first of all, the first solution to solving the problem is first of all identifying the problem.
Exactly.
You know? And if you can't identify the problem,
Mhm.
you don't even know what you're trying to solve.
That's true. That's true. And identifying that problem, it's okay if in the process of identifying it, you misidentify because at
Right.
least you're uncovering something.
Right.
And that
Right.
leads to something else. So give yourself
Absolutely.
permission to try and identify. And if you make a mistake, that's a learning opportunity. Go to something else.
Absolutely. I mean, that's what it is because every day in our lives, we are literally making moves. So making moves from one stage to another,
Mhm.
making moves from one level to another,
Mhm.
learning from one aspect of our lives to another. And guess what? Making a change and a positive impact in somebody else's life.
Absolutely. I mean, you listed, there's three things to consider on how to get unstuck. And the first thing you mentioned was surrender.
Right. So looking at surrender, this is like this. Most times people will feel like, oh, I don't know about this. This doesn't really apply to me. If you know somebody,
Right.
that's going on, like surrender means like giving up.
Exactly.
You've tried so many things, and you say, you know what, I'm. They throw you're throwing in the towel over there. You're throwing the white towel, and you say, you know what, guys, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
I'm sick and tired of this. I just shared with you a story about this lady whom I spoke to last night in Texas.
I love
She
that.
has been consistent in the business, and she has been consistently building her business. And guess what? She lost her husband in
Mhm.
April.
Mm-hmm.
She lost her husband less than a year ago, and she didn't stop.
Mm-hmm.
She just didn't stop. I said, listen, I love your story, and your story is what sells because what you told me just now, I completely resonate with it because
Right.
what you tell yourself and what you tell people about who you are and the reason why you do your business, that's what actually changes everything.
That's exactly right. And surrender is not a bad thing. Surrender can be
Right.
a good thing. But you have to surrender and give up all that crap that's holding you back.
Right.
Get it out of your life.
Right.
That's
Absolutely.
the process of surrender. Free
Right.
yourself up because we all, as we've said so many times, we all have the same 24 hours in a day. We all have the same 60 minutes in an hour.
Absolutely.
Gotta surrender some things to make room for what is important for your life.
Absolutely. I mean, because if you can't surrender anything, it's like you're not creating space for something new.
Right. Exactly.
You're not creating space for something new. But at the end of the day, you don't want to surrender the things that you keep working on. Like for example, somebody you start up a business or you start up a college and you give up because you feel like it's too hard for me to do. I can't do it anymore. what the surrender, we really stressing here about is actually, if you're surrendering something, you're creating space for something new.
That's
You
right.
know, you're creating an environment for new opportunities to come in.
That's exactly right. And that just leads right directly into your second point, which is we're dulled by routine. The only way to
Right.
get undulled is to surrender and make time for something new.
Absolutely. I mean, talking about door by routine, we
Wow.
are so consistent. We are in an environment where we create a consistent routine of what we do, right? We
Right.
have some. I mean, for somebody who goes to work, they know they go to work, or they wake up in the morning, shower, go to work, wake up and come back home, stay
Right.
home with kids, go to bed, wake up and do the same thing. And
Yeah.
guess what? Anything that stops that routine, it's a problem to them.
Exactly. Exactly. And you're right. They go to work at 8 o'clock. At 10 o'clock, they take a coffee break. At noon, they
Right,
go to lunch. At 2 o'clock, they take a coffee break. And at 4 or
right,
5, they go home.
right.
And,
And they
and,
watch TV and go to sleep.
right, exactly. Watch TV and go to sleep.
They wake up the next morning and do the same thing.
Right.
Anything outside of that routine, anything outside of that routine that is trying to interrupt the routine, either you're trying to interrupt the routine or not, but anything new outside of that routine, they consider that to be evil. They consider that to be an unknown. And
Hmm.
that's what's actually keeping so many of us stuck.
It is because that's that comfort zone, and that's where we go with the third point. Is we're stuck in our comfort zone. You know,
Right,
this morning I listened to an interview that Silas King, who we had on here, did
right,
with Jayla Michelle, who's one of our 19-year-old diamond, seven-figure
right,
earner, 19 years old in this company, and they were talking about things, and Jayla made two very powerful points that go with being dulled by routine and being stuck in your comfort zone. And
right.
the first thing is when someone tells you no, that is not a no about you. You are not for sale.
Absolutely.
That no is no, that opportunity isn't right for me right now. No, I can't go out to eat with you. No, that's not the best choice for me. It's
Right.
not a no directed to you because you're not for sale.
Absolutely. And guess what no means? Next opportunity.
Exactly right. I mean, next opportunity is what no means. That's right. You know, uh,
Yeah.
some will, some won't. So
Yeah.
what? Someone's waiting.
Absolutely.
That's the way you
See,
gotta look at it.
I recently saw this quote from Bill Gates,
Hmm.
where he said he actually spoke to 1,200 people.
Yes, I love that.
900 said no,
Right.
300 said yes.
Hmm.
And what happened is 90 said 90 built a business, and 11 made him a
Made him a
millionaire.
millionaire. That's right. So 1,200
Wow.
people, 11 people is all it took to make a
Right.
millionaire. And Jayla laid that out for us too. And she said, if you're uncomfortable talking to someone, that is the person you should be talking to.
Right.
You know,
Right.
you look at someone if Bill Gates were to appear before us, all people say, "Oh, I can never talk to Bill Gates. I'd be uncomfortable talking to him." That's the
Right.
person you should be talking to.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because guess what? As soon as you feel uncomfortable,
Hmm.
as soon as you feel stuck, as soon as you feel stuck trying to step out of that comfort zone,
Right.
you know, then you feel like that is a breaking point.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
That's the breaking point right there. So go for the comfort zone, man.
Yeah. I mean, so your comfort zone. I equate that to being a couch potato. You go
Right.
home, you sit down, you get a beer, you get a burger, whatever. You sit and you watch TV. You don't do anything.
Right.
The only thing you have gained from that is weight. That's the only
Right.
thing you gain from that. You know. So you have to think about, all right, how do I get out of my comfort zone? And I think
Correct.
with so much technology today,
Right.
it's so easy to think you're out of your comfort zone, but you're really not out of your comfort zone.
Right.
And Holton Buggs, HB, our CEO, talks about the way in which you make a difference is belly to belly.
Right.
You speak to someone, and belly to belly could be just like you and me. This is considered belly to belly. I see you,
Right.
you see me, we're talking. It doesn't mean you have to have
Right.
your navels in. This is belly to belly. And
Right.
I heard Silas say, social media is just a segue into the opportunity to follow up and to talk to someone. That's just the
Right.
way to get you to that next level. That's
Right.
all social media is.
Right.
And, this whole thing with the law of attraction, and that's where the comfort zone comes in.
Right.
If you're someone who gets pissed off and you go out on social media and you rant on social media,
Right.
guess what? You're going to attract people who either like to rant or who like to hear people ranting. You're stuck in that same zone when you do that.
Right. I mean, this is so critical because it doesn't just apply to business people, right?
No.
This is our lives. This is life. This is true life's like situation going on for somebody that is stuck. You think about the complacency of only dealing with the things that you know.
Right.
I can't imagine just sitting down and you feel like, because for some people, right, I was talking to one of my friends over there in Philadelphia, and he said, I'm successful. I said, how do you know you're successful?
Right.
I said, because one of the things that kills people is that you think about your success.
Mhm.
You think about how much you've achieved,
Right.
but that makes you lazy
It makes
because you feel like I don't have to do anything anymore. I don't want to do anything extra. I'm already comfortable where I'm at.
Right.
And comfort, as soon as you start thinking about comfort, that's the zone that you're putting yourself into, which means you've created an environment where you don't want to step out into something different, into something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely. One of the things that when I first heard about it, I thought, wow, really? And then now I've gone to really appreciate it. It's one of my favorite things about ibüümerang is that each month, whatever we do or whatever we've done resets.
Right.
I love that because that forces you to continue that momentum and continue to the next level with it.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
once you achieve a goal is strictly a plateau. That's
Right.
all it is. And no matter whether you're looking at a business or whether you're looking at work or whatever, yes, you focus on that next step you're going to take. Because as the saying goes, you don't need to look at the top of the stairs, just see the next step.
Right.
And that's true. And you take those next step time after time. But when you realize that, you know what, it resets, here I go. It's just like, I use a sports analogy. Most games like basketball and football have halftime. And so
Right.
they regroup and they reset what they're doing.
Right.
And that's what we have to do with life too. We have to reset what we're doing.
Absolutely. I mean, talking about life and the resetting. Look at what you and I did over the weekend. On Saturday you went out there and you re-energized yourself.
Right.
You're trying to reset yourself to come back to serve our viewers better.
Exactly.
And that's just what it is, because taking time for yourself, resetting, but you got to be resetting for a good purpose.
Exactly.
I mean, somebody might go out there to reset, and guess what? They just reset and just stay stuck where they are and just decide to go, to lose
Right.
focus.
Exactly.
But look at what's happening.
Mhm.
If you reset yourself, you reset your energy, you re-energize yourself, and you're coming back. You're coming back with a strong force and even more energy to
Right.
serve your community better.
Right. That's exactly right. And you've got to build that into your daily routine. I mean, and I'm one of the world's worst culprits. I don't give myself a daily time just for me.
Right.
I'm getting better at that, but
Right.
because I think, okay, I need to do this and this, and I'm so focused on getting to the next step or whatever. But you wear yourself out if you don't do it, and you've got to give yourself that. Otherwise, you get to that dull routine. You get back into
Absolutely.
that comfort zone. You're in your comfort zone because you're not allowing yourself the privilege of doing something that you really want to do. Just like you went to work out last night and it re-energized you.
Right. Right. It did. I mean, that's all about the re-energizing ourselves.
Right.
And that goes back to the same. I always think about this because guess what? If you fail to actually unstuck yourself
Mhm.
and put yourself out there, guess what? You're continuously limiting the world from exploring who you are and the new possibilities that you can create for yourself and
Mhm.
for the world.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And just like what we do here, we have no knowledge right now of who all is
Right.
watching. You know,
Right.
the feed is not even showing up. It stalls out because of Facebook. But you know, we know that people are watching, and we know that someone
Right.
else is going to watch later. Um,
Right.
that is, in a way, getting us outside of a comfort zone, but it's
Right.
also giving us momentum and drive to really say maybe something we're going to say helps someone. You know, I was at a meeting, and it's a meeting where we all go to, and not
Right.
only one person in that room had pen and paper to take notes. No one else.
Wait. Hold on. One person in the meeting, only one person had pen and paper.
Correct.
And I heard something. I heard something yesterday.
Mhm.
Somebody said to me, every entrepreneur always have a pen and a paper with them, no matter where you are going.
Exactly. And what did Holton Bugg say on Saturday morning's call? When he's driving with people, whoever's riding in his car, they always have a pen and paper out because you never know what nugget's going to fall out of his mouth.
Right.
And even though you've heard this person and talked to them on a daily basis, you hear something new and different. You shared something with me this morning for the
Right.
call about the lady up in Dallas. I wrote it down because I'm like, oh my God, that's a nugget.
Exactly.
When I was
Exactly.
listening to Jayla and Silas talking, I've got 4 pages of nuggets from them.
Wow.
And I know Silas and I know Jayla, but
Right.
you know that what they're doing is coming from the heart and from the gut, and something different's going to come out. You know that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, that's what happens with complacency,
Mhm.
right? Because you feel so comfortable with the people that you already know. You
Huh?
feel like I already know you, so there's probably nothing else you're gonna change, or there's nothing you're gonna say to me, you
Right.
know. And that is what kills us, because you feel so comfortable with the people you already know. That's not good.
Exactly. In fact, here's a nugget for you. I just love it. It came from Ellen Smith, the beauty of Bermuda. She says, great note takers are money makers.
Wow.
Is that not
Wow. Great
wow?
note takers and money makers. I love that. I
Great
mean,
note takers are money
I,
makers.
I love that, man. I always continuously having my pen and my paper in
Always.
my pocket, as I've always done.
You know, it's and when you use that whole example of Bill Gates,
Right,
1,200 people, 11 made him a millionaire.
right.
What is 11 out of 1,200? 1%.
1%.
That's all
Wow.
it takes is 1%. So that's okay that he had 1,189 people that didn't do it.
Right.
He didn't focus on that. He saw the 11 people who were committed, and that's
Absolutely. And that's what it all comes down to, commitment. Because you
exactly
really want to, for you as a leader, being a leader in this organization, guess
right.
what? You are showing your commitment, and you're spending your time to those that you see
Mhm.
are committed to building the organization, to those that you see are serious about building their business. Because
Exactly.
you don't want to waste. You don't want to. One of my friends, I was actually talking to somebody the other day on Facebook, and before I knew it, he already checked my LinkedIn profile.
All right.
So on LinkedIn, you know, you get notified when somebody looked you up.
Right.
So he already checked my LinkedIn profile. I just texted him. I said, hey, I saw that you just looked me up. He said, yes, I don't want to sponsor the world. I don't want to talk to the whole world. I want to talk to people who are committed to being successful in business.
That's
And I
exactly
see
right.
you as a kind of person, because you don't want to just spend your time with the whole world.
No, exactly right. Exactly right. You know, in fact, I made a comment this morning that, you know, I am respectful of people who might be above me in an organization because of the
Right,
position they hold, but
right,
I'm going to align myself with people like you, with people like Ellen Smith, people who see the vision, people who are hungry to take it to
right,
the next level, not
right,
someone who just because they have a position, that's where they are. I
right,
respect that, but that's
right,
not who I'm looking to align with. It's what HB said. In fact, last night when I did the presentation, rather than talking about HB, I showed the little clip of where
right,
he talks about communication and how he talks to people and the whole idea of mentoring and shadowing.
right.
That's what I look for, is someone to shadow.
Absolutely, because that's the whole point about this business, right?
Right.
Being part of this organization, we have access to each other. We have access to everybody. You
Right.
know, if, for example, if I want to reach out to my strategy or what I've been doing that has been so successful, if I have certain people, or certain groups, certain age group, or certain target population that I want to talk to, I know somebody in the organization that can directly resonate with that population.
Exactly.
You
Exactly.
know, and you have access to all these people.
That's exactly. I mean, that's part of what I'm doing preparation to come to New York. The most of the
Right,
people I'm working with are in that millennial to the XY generation. That is
right,
you. That's Silas. That's Jayla. That's who
right,
I'm listening to and watching to see what is it that really resonates with them, and how
right.
do they react to something, because their reaction is very different than people that I grew up with reacting.
Absolutely, absolutely, man. I love what we keep doing, man. We keep helping people, changing lives, and so many people watching us on videos on YouTube and different channels, man. How can somebody actually say, you know what, I love what these guys do, and I just want to like maybe check them out. You know what they do? Is it like boomerang? What's that boomerang all about? And what? How can somebody be part of this, bro?
Absolutely, it's real easy. Just type in the comments here or on our YouTube channel, or if someone sent you this and shared this with you, get back to them. Just type 4 words, 3 words. Tell me more. 3 words. Tell me more,
Right,
and we
right,
will tell you all about iboomerang. If you
right.
want to check out our technology and go out there and play with that iboomerang and see what it is before we tell you more, just type me, type me,
Right.
and we
It's
will
not
send
that hard.
you.
It's not that hard. ME, just ME.
Just me. Yep. And you will see the technology, and you'll really get a vision of the vision that Holton Bugs is creating.
Man, I love it. I love it. Hey guys, so if somebody sent this to you, you get back to the person. Probably they have more information to
Right.
share with you. And get back to us, like like Bart just explained, and let's help each other. Let's help you go ahead as fast as you can, and help you share with this opportunity and benefit from everything that we're benefiting being here.
Right. And what I'll leave with everyone: surrender. Get out of your routine. Become
Right,
unbold with it, and get
right.
out of your comfort zone. If you say, "Man, I can never do that," that's exactly the priority you need to set for yourself and do.
Exactly. Absolutely. I love it, man. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right. Take care. See you
Boom.
tomorrow, Rudy.
All right, bro.